Oh yeah, man. Welcome everyone, boys and girls, children of all ages, to a brand new episode of 2DopeMarks, your home for two Gold Grill pro wrestling fans who talk to you like the countrified versions of Jim Ross and Paulie Dangerously, or I would say Bun and Pimp, but that dude to my right, dude I'm
I
pointing at
want to.
that dude. That
Me.
dude was the pimp, by the way. That dude was the pimp. I'm the bun of the situation.
Whoa.
Telling you,
Smoke,
sometimes you
smoke,
get on
bitch.
his bad side. He gonna tell you, going to smell his cologne, and the fight go with that. This is gonna be some Issey Miyake. That's a bond number 9. Thank you for pulling up, tuning in. I'm Brando. That's D, and we are everywhere for your fine. You can get your fine podcast. Typically, you know what I'm saying. Friday mornings, you can wake up with us and basically take us with you on the way to work. Go ahead, knock it out. Go ahead, just laugh, get a little joke in here and there. And if you're watching us live on YouTube or Twitter, and you with the homies, we love it. Let's say join us, tap in, comments. All comments are welcome. They'll be read live on air, as you say. And again, follow us on Twitter at 2DopeMarks. Follow us on Instagram at 2DopeMarks. Follow us on Facebook at 2DopeMarks. Say show love to the page. And again, as you see, D, show the people. He is wearing the Super Mark World hoodie, 2DopeMarks hoodie, because again, merchandise is, as we say around these parts, bam. It's for the people. You know what I'm saying? Summer is slowly dying. The East Coast is not necessarily fighting back on summer. Meanwhile, the South is definitely fighting with summer. But for the most part, man, look, let's say, got t-shirts celebrating the history of Black wrestling, Black female talent, Black male champions. Our 10 wrestling commandments. That's a shirt D wore last week. And yeah, we going real simple, real easy, real smooth, man. Support the boys, support the little Gold Grill Wrestling, because that's what we do. We come through, try to brighten up your day for 90 minutes, talking the most hilarious shit and giving our thoughts on the latest happenings in the world of pro wrestling. Now, before we get into the shenanigans that will forever shenan again, we have to give a drum roll and congratulations to our forever women's world champ and 1/3 of Bread of Our Lives, Trinity Naomi Fatu. As we said last week, whatever announcement Naomi got to make, let her make it. Don't be doing no speculating. Don't be doing no bull job about it. And sure enough, she gave a hell of a promo to reveal that Big Jim did not proceed with caution. And there's a baby Uso on the way. D, first, your thoughts about the news, and secondly, about that promo.
Big Jim was Netflix and chilling. Yeah. More the chilling than the Netflixing. Yeah. Congratulations to them. If you watch Total Divas back in the day, it was a thing for Jim to get her pregnant, and she was kind of against it, trying to get her career together. But time is everything, like I always say. And so congratulations. Like she's actually had a pretty blessed couple years. You know what I mean? Left WWE, went to TNA, won a Knockouts Championship, came back with WWE, was part of Braid of Our Lives, like tag team champion, win the world champion, flipped the script and became a heel, and now she's just a baby in there. Like Jim is that baby's pappy.
Yeah. Technically, you can say that Baby Fatu has won a match at SummerSlam.
Yes.
When you think about it.
Yes. We have generations of bloodline for years to come.
It's not gonna stop. It is not gonna stop. Because there are more of them just waiting in the wings on the low side in WWE and also in developmental and in the indies.
They everywhere.
They are definitely everywhere in ways that maybe you wouldn't think they're everywhere, but they are definitely everywhere. And again, congratulations to Naomi. I think it's absolutely, intriguing that arguably the greatest year of her solo run, or just a solo run in general in terms of character work, getting folks over, and becoming the #1 heel on Monday Night Raw for the women's division, she gets an even bigger blessing. Right now, she told the fellas, her words, not ours, that she'd be back in about 9 months. So it doesn't look like she's taking the Becky boat. See, you almost did. I almost did it. She's not taking the Becky Hogan approach. God dang it, dude.
I ain't do nothing. That was you.
I know. She's taking.
I am not a ventriloquist.
You're right. She's taking the Becky Lynch approach. She's not taking the Becky Lynch approach, because remember, Becky took effectively 2 years from the time she announced her pregnancy during the pandemic to returning at SummerSlam in Las Vegas to shock Bianca Belair and start that program. But
I mean, that's the thing where if people or women that I know have gotten pregnant, they take their 6 to 8 weeks maternity leave and stuff like that. But I think most women and most new mothers want to take as long as they can with their child when to be off work. In this particular situation, I don't know what that looks like, because it, like I said, Becky stayed for 2 years, whereas Carmella, we ain't seen her since. You know what I mean? Alexa Bliss came back, so I mean that's something
just came back too.
Yeah. So like, I'm eager to see what she decides to choose. I mean, if she just wants it, or she just wants to be with little Uso, baby Uso, as the crowd called it.
Yes, indeed, man. Yes, indeed. I think it's a great thing. Like, anytime you see somebody go through what Naomi has gone through in terms of fertility, and to see they finally have a breakthrough, and it just so happens that it comes literally in the biggest year of their career, it's like, all right, you know what? God was talking. God was doing some real talking. So
Big Jim came in that thing. Bop, bop, bop. Brat. Cheers
to them, man. Cheers to them. So we go from baby news to, all right, business news. Now, again, if you see by my giant forehead, you see some things got taken off a little bit, because again, I'm just like shocked. So we got the word yesterday at a place that I know and hold dear to my heart, that hey, WWE and Peacock are kind of, they're ending their PLE relationship a little bit earlier than expected, and starting next month with the WrestlePalooza PLE, which had been rumored, it's taking place in Indianapolis, and it's September 20th, and it's going to be the first PLE that it will be part of the brand new ESPN direct-to-consumer platform. So what that means, ladies and gentlemen, is that the deal between Peacock and the WWE, PLE-wise, it wraps with Clash in Paris on August 31st. A lot of things could be said of this being a little bit shocking, a little bit questionable, like, hey, so what does this all mean in terms of viewership? And you know what? The Hollywood Reporter and a few other press releases kind of broke all this down. So here's the first one. I'll bring this up right here to you. So Peacock, which had given the okay for this to happen, will live stream its last WWE PLE later this month. I'm going to repeat that because I know we have a certain listener / watcher of ours who laughs how I pronounce WWE, so I'm going to slow it down for it. Peacock, which had to give the okay for this to happen, will live stream its last WWE PLE later this month. ESPN did not buy out Peacock's remaining rights, their Hollywood Reporter has learned. Instead, the arrangement for WWE PLEs to exit Peacock was brokered between WWE and Peacock and then brought to ESPN, which is owned by Disney. Now, so the short of that is WWE basically had this in motion behind the scenes, and also from what the tea leaves are saying, like, look, if ESPN is launching this big time, direct consumer app, they're gonna need something. And the pure irony of it is, in a lot of speculation, was, hey, wait a minute, September, ESPN, that's college football. It's college football. And a lot of people started speculating, thinking like, wait, are they actually going to air a WWE PLE on linear ESPN television? No. It is going to be the first on that brand new direct-to-consumer version of ESPN, which, again, if you happen to have a cable subscription, not Xfinity, not YouTube, their rights are still being negotiated. You can get it for the free ski. You're fine. Now, the secondary question that a lot of people had to figure out was, okay, so what is next for Peacock? Like, what is their handle in all this? And for now, they get all the NXT PLEs because Nick Khan and WWE, the way they do things is they sell things a la carte. Like, you get things, you get things, you get things. We are all going to make sure that everybody eats.
Everybody eats, V.
So, and this is the part that makes me and makes my eyebrows jump up a little bit. And D, you can definitely jump in and ask that. Oh,
first of all, Palooza is a stupid ass name.
I mean, it's shout out to ESPN, shout out to ECW. That's what I was thinking of when I said this. Shout out to ECW. Yeah, that's their first one. But here's the other part, right? In terms of like, hey, what is Peacock's role in the next one? All right. So in a new multi-year deal, Peacock gets 4 primetime WWE Saturday Night's main events per year. So instead of it airing on linear NBC, it's going to be on Peacock. 2 is second place in 2025, one on November 1st, and the other on December 13th. The latter, which is John Cena's retirement match, which is likely going to be in Boston. Now, the WWE Network library will remain available on Peacock through the end of 2025, and NXT PLEs will stream on Peacock until March 2026. There is no word yet on what's going to occur with the robust WWE archives next year, but throughout the duration of the new multi-year partnership, SmackDown's library will stay on Peacock. Weekly episodic SmackDown series airs live on NBC Universal's USA Network on Fridays, and then, Raw's on Mondays. So my thing is, this library, aka the real meat and potatoes of all this, and why we love the WWE Network when it first launched 11 years ago, that's the real bidding war. That's the real situation.
Yeah.
So my question to you, D, is what platform do you think is best suited to host all of that content?
ESPN.
If it's not going to be Peacock starting in like mid 2026.
ESPN. I mean, if you look at it, they are housing a whole bunch of other things. You got college football, you got dumbass sports like shuffleboard and shit. Like ESPN is literally building this their names, the biggest in sports, broadcasting and whatnot. The world. Overall, they're trying to be the hub for everything sports. I mean, think about it. Look at the boxing situation. Like they have I think Top Rank is with them, I believe. Was. Oh, well, they're gone now. Okay. Well, and UFC's gone now, so might as well keep WWE.
It'll be gone in 2026. So, yes.
Yeah. So, you know what? Fuck it. Just bring WWE, replace UFC and Top Rank. Shit, ESPN might get what's it called? PBC.
Possible. It's very, very possible. I think if you're a wrestling fan, like your antennas immediately went up because you got so used to saying, "Oh, I only had to pay $10.81 to get everything," and then they went to, "Oh, I only have to pay $5 with Peacock to get everything," and now because Nick Khan and company enjoy dividing the pie in a certain way, you are now asking yourself, like, "Dang, so how does this all work for me as a wrestling fan?" And look, I know some people who are strictly wrestling fans who don't care about sports. And they're going to have to reckon and ask themselves, like, am I willing to do this $29.99 a month just to watch PLE? And to that, I say, there are also some people who do $50 every time AEW has a pay-per-view.
Yeah.
People who are like, you know what? TNA got a whole channel on Samsung. I'm going to go ahead and wait them out just so I can see Slammiversary or Bound for Glory, because they'll eventually upload it to that dang channel.
So think about it. Let's go back to our childhood. Let's go to 19. Actually, no. Let's go to, I don't even go to childhood. Let's go to 2006, where you had to get cable and your cable bill was already high. And you have to purchase every PLE/pay-per-view every month that WWE put out there. Now, $29.99 a month, that's not bad. But imagine people are spoiled. They're really, really spoiled. Like, we had to pay $40 every month for every pay-per-view for wrestling. I mean, I personally didn't. I found streaming websites. But there are people out there that literally paid their cable bill, and every month on their cable bill was a WWE pay-per-view. Mm-hmm. But you're only paying $30. Roll with the punches, people. Just roll with the punches.
See? People gonna think you calling them broke. People gonna think that you calling them broke.
I mean, I am calling them broke. $30 a month ain't shit.
It's just priorities, man. It's just priorities.
I mean, if you are, everybody has devices. Let's be clear. Everybody has their vices. People pay. You got people out there that starting October are going to be paying their monthly subscription to the NBA League Pass. Mm-hmm. You got people who have since March have been paying their monthly subscription to MLB. You got people that are paying, like us, their monthly subscription to the Sunday Ticket.
Correct.
You pay for what you want. And then in addition to Netflix, in addition to Hulu, in addition to Disney Plus, et cetera, like, you pay for what you want. Yeah. Again, if they had to go in 2004, and this is me post-military, where my cable bill was paid, but it was a damn WWE pay-per-view event for $30 to $40 on that, sometimes $50, depending on what WrestleMania was doing. WrestleMania was the highest pay-per-view on the cable bill. And you had to pay that monthly. Not monthly as a subscription. No, that's what they told you they were going to do. They were going to put out Vince wanted to put out as many pay-per-views per month that he could. And he did it. And motherfuckers paid for it. So $30 a month ain't shit compared to what we used to do.
Yeah, remember, that was like literally a one and done situation. Like you ain't getting the replay. You gotta literally order the replay.
Yep.
If you want to watch it. If you just want to just go ahead
and you gotta catch and you gotta be home. Fuck what you had going on. Hopefully you had what was it back in the day? TiVo. Hopefully you had TiVo to go ahead and record it.
Also, shout out to my people who had the black box and used to get them joints.
My dad had that joint. Yeah, my dad ain't never paid for a pay-per-view at all. But like, just think about it. It's so much easier now. It's so much easier now.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, you get to go do what you want to do. Go to your homeboy's birthday party and then come back or go out of town or whatnot, go watch something or go do whatever, and then come back the next day. Like, all right, let me set that time. Let me sit down and watch, Clash of the Castle. Yeah. Don't have to be live. I just want to watch it.
How many times have you and I both said, like, yo, did you watch this? And we both was like, dog, I'm going to chill. I'm going to catch it when it's time to catch it.
Yeah, you know my schedule. I don't get to see shit. I see shit when I get back.
Exactly.
And I go zero dark on social media just so I don't see the results or nothing.
Yeah, you are actually a pretty darn good person when it comes to like avoiding spoilers, because you be like fucking Neo in the Matrix.
Yeah, like I like to just watch it on my own, and if somebody tells me what's going to happen, what's the purpose of watching?
Very true.
Right, I mean, like, okay, yeah, John Cena turned heel. Now I'm gonna actually watch why he turned heel? Hell no. Mm-hmm. I'm not gonna watch it. I'll catch a high. They got highlights on YouTube now. So if I want to go do that, I'll watch that shit. But I like to sit down and enjoy my wrestling.
Yeah. I think what happened was, by making highlights and stuff so easily accessible, it killed off a lot of the shit we loved growing up, right? So, for example, I saw people like marveling over Rich Eisen hosting Sports Center for the first time in 20 years, right? Since he left to go to NFL Network. And people were like, dang. I said, why can't it always be like this? Well, technology is the reason why it can't always be like this.
Yep.
It's the only reason why. Now, is that a bad thing? Nah, it's a consumer thing. That is us. That is, we wanted things immediately. Like, yes, it used to be dope to have to wait until you woke up the next morning before you went to school. You watch the Sports Center, you watch an MTV. Because you either watching music videos, you watching sports highlights. That was literally, that was your routine. And now that you can literally hold a supercomputer in your hand and watch, highlights almost like that, like, dog, I can say I didn't even watch Paige Beckers put up a 40 burger last night, but I can literally look at my phone and be like, boom, 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 boom. I don't even gotta wait for it to watch it on TV.
Yeah.
Like, it's life. Like, the things we used to have are the things that we used to have. Sorry, right. Cowboys fans. I know you just got a Netflix documentary about America's team, but it's the same thing.
Who? We don't know her.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Let me rephrase that. The week 1 opponent for the 2-time Super Bowl champion Philadelphia Eagles, the current reigning and defending Super Bowl champion Philadelphia Eagles.
Thank you.
So yeah, it's just like that. Nostalgia will be the thing that ruins all of us when you really sit back and think about it. And some things you just got to just understand, like, hey man, things have changed. I mean, how did old buddy say it on The Wire? The thing about the old days, in the old days. Exactly. You gotta just weigh that in. It's gotta internalize that and just, you know what? It is what it is, and it's gonna be what it's gonna be.
Yeah.
Speaking of things,
so it sounds like overall the conversation they broke. So yeah. Give a fuck.
It is what it is. It is what it is. Real quick, speaking of things that just happened to be the thing, you caught Triple Mania this past Saturday night, did you?
Yeah.
We're gonna do this real quick and simple, man. Omos and Microman gave me quite possibly the meme that I'm going to use the rest of this year. And that Microman is me. It is not because I'm short, just me. And Omos is Monday. It is every goddamn Monday. Man. You and I have to see.
Man. Them 4 o'clock wake up calls be kicking my ass.
Man, talk about it. Thing about it is, and again, I'm appreciative of the fact that this WWE AAA deal plus the WWE and TNA deal, it allows people who may not always be on the main roster and do things on the main roster, they can go over there and be stars. Like,
oh yeah,
Omos literally, when he went to Noah, was a thing, and now he's in AAA, legit in AAA, and hey, he's a monster that you can build. You can build as literally a monster. And Mexico and Lucha Libre currently, as it's presently constructed in AAA, don't have that right now. And him winning that battle royal made total sense.
I'm with it. I'm just happy to see the brother doing something.
Yeah, that part as well. Yeah. That part as well. I told you that Ludwig Kaiser is the best El Grande Americano.
Yeah.
Did him coming out on Saturday? Did it certify for you now? Are we here? Are we in sync about this?
Yes, we're cool. You were right.
Even if he had the European Union Grande is trying to come out and help him.
Yeah, the European Union. Wow. Okay. All right. That's enough of that.
We got new AAA tag team champions. Shout out to Psycho Clown.
And that match was fucking crazy.
It was. I mean, you break out barbed wire, and I didn't expect you to break out barbed wire. I'm like, oh, y'all do things a little bit different.
I ain't expecting to rip his face off with the mask still on.
Again, they do shit just a wee bit different.
A little bit different.
All right, so I know we have hater of the week, but
oh boy,
2 things. Do we give AJ Styles the kayfabe header of the week for going all the way down to Mexico to make sure that Dom Mysterio did not win the AAA Mega Championship?
That was some Drew McIntyre-esque shit. I loved it. I didn't love it, but I loved it.
Yeah. We both said that it was time to crown Dom at Triple Mania, and apparently that crowd in Mexico City thought it was too. But
they booed their shit from Vikingo.
But not because of Dom, but because of Vikingo. Because apparently there's a disconnect between the American wrestler fan like you and I and the fan in Mexico who was like, no, we want Alberto Del Rio.
And that's exactly who they want. They want his crazy ass.
That's who they want. That's who they want. That's who they claim they need. And when Rey Mysterio was like, I'm gonna try to bring Del Rio back, I could hear everybody making the same joke. Dom was right. Because
you really are a deadbeat.
Yeah, man. We don't talk Del Rio on this show the same way we don't talk like other people who have been habitual line steppers, creeps, and the sort. So that's a dilemma that they got to deal with. But I'm pretty sure when they have Worlds Collide again, and the main event is Dom versus Vikingo, but this time on American soil, might be a little different. Might be a little different.
Yeah. I don't really care for Del Rio, so I don't want to mention his name too much more.
Yeah, we can slide around and just be like, nah, that we cool on that. We cool on that. We cool on that. But you know what was cool?
What?
And I ain't even talking about it in terms of Carlito. The main event Tuesday for Philly.
Yeah.
We said Javon Evans versus Trick Williams was gonna cook. And buddy, that table spot in which Javon damn near missed the whole damn thing and hit the back of his head on Vic Joseph's foot because he flew that far back.
Cuz is gonna need a backiotomy or something.
Somebody said that Javon Evans might be the modern day Jeff Hardy, and I'm believing it every single chance I get now.
He need to slow the fuck down.
But he won't.
Yeah.
Like, you like Javon, I like Javon, but I also know this about Javon, man. Them Carolina boys, this is caution to the wind. It's like, for what? For who?
Jeff said it best. You see the writing on the wall. Slow your ass down.
But he didn't. And now we got a rematch. Javon Evans versus Obafemi for the NXT Championship at Heatwave this Sunday, I believe.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, it's this Sunday.
I think so, yeah.
This Sunday. So we'll go run down the card. We're also going
real quick before you do that.
Yeah.
Shout out to Trick standing outside the Met. You know, the Met is where they had the show at, talking to different fans and just shitting on them especially with the guy with the bootleg Eagles gear.
Yeah. I was outside and I saw somebody rocking bootleg Texas Rangers gear the other day, and I was like,
"What they had? Walker Texas Rangers gear?"
Nah, like the baseball team.
I know. So it was Walker Texas Ranger.
Nah, dog. This joint had the World Series patch on it too. That's how bootleg it. The fact they won a World Series is kind of bootleg, but that's not here nor there. But he literally told my homie, like, "Hey man, this is fake." I'm like, "Why would you admit that? Why would you tell that?"
You know the weirdest shit I've seen. Remember that era, early 2000, where everybody was wearing jerseys. And so everybody was wearing jerseys and everybody was wearing a throwback, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I remember I was catching a train to work and I'm just walking, stuff still in my eye from sleep, walking, and I seen this guy with his white Dallas Cowboy jersey. It said 88. I was like, okay, you got a Michael Irvin thing. Well, it could have been Drew
Pearson. Okay.
Yeah, So I'm walking, he turns around. So what the fuck does that say? IRVING. I repeat, IRVING. V-I-N-G. I will never forget this shit. Because Michael Irvin, as a kid, was my favorite player. Because I love Miami. So I seen that shit and I was just like, he definitely got the homeboy hookup plan. It looked like his mama did the little iron on G at the end of the name.
Like, was he repping for Irving, Texas? Because that's the only.
I suspect so. This is 2000, maybe 2004, 2005, I believe. Yeah. I will never forget this. I'm not a Cowboy fan, but still, like, I'm looking like, even I know how to smell Michael Irvin.
That disturbed my spirit, man.
The fact that he still had it on in public, about to get on a train, Washington Metro service, Washington Metro Transit service.
Nah. See, now I have a question though, D. What was your favorite throwback jersey? Because now we have to cleanse ourselves from that. I don't know.
So in this area, everybody wore the Bullets West Unseld joint, like, because from the Diplomats, all of that. Mm-hmm. My favorite throwback that I wore, and I did some shit that nobody else did. I did some shit that like nobody else did. I wore my Rodman Detroit Pistons Bad Boys. That was my favorite. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was my favorite.
Mm-hmm. I think my favorite throwback, like personally my favorite throwback, it's probably, and this is no bias, and the reason why it's my favorite because you really can't get that motherfucker now nowhere. So young Chris had the Hakeem Olajuwon Houston Cougar throwback jersey and the Can't Stop Won't Stop video.
Okay.
I have been searching for that dang jersey for the better part of 20 years. Because now I got the bread to actually go get it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that one was up there. The Hank
Aaron, which one I would get Larry Johnson Fly Slam Jam.
So we literally talked about this when we were in Vegas. We were trying to find a UNLV team store to go get the Larry Johnson, Greg Anthony, Stacey Allman joints. We did that. We did. But the throwback era was a time. I miss it. I'm glad that it
outside of that Houston Cougars one. Name one you would give right now.
I mean, I got the Randall joint now, but it's currently in transit.
No. Find something that you would, that if you had if somebody said I'm gonna give you the money to buy whatever jersey, throwback, NFL, MLB, NBA, what would you get?
It would probably be a creamsicle Tampa Bay Bucks Doug Williams jersey.
Okay. I'm gonna pay homage to your hometown and somebody of a like-minded personality like mine. A Houston Rockets Mad Max.
Okay.
I want a Mad Max.
Knowing Vernon, he might actually pull up on you with that jersey if you make a connection with him. He country as hell, so yeah, he might do it.
Oh, I know his crazy ass is. Yeah, I know his crazy ass. If I could find a Vernon Maxwell, I will wear it. I will wear that.
What a time.
Well, you know how life recycles itself, so don't be surprised if that jersey era comes back.
I wouldn't be surprised if the jersey era comes back. Melissa's. We already seen See-Through Babes slowly trying to make a comeback with the Fantastic Four. So yeah, we got look, my favorite era of fashion is probably coming back. Like from that before we had to start dressing like we were paralegals in the club and we just all look like dope boys. Like, yeah, that's my favorite joint. That's my favorite era.
Motherfuckers brought up with the motherfucker long button up with the sweater vest and a pair of jeans.
I'll never forgive Ho for that joint, dog. I'll never forgive. And then Kanye with the double polos.
Man, or what about the sport coat with the cufflink sleeves? Those are my clubbing days, bro. I'm showing my age.
Nasty fit. Remember Joe Budden rocking the Rockets football jersey?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
All right.
I'm too old for that now.
Before we continue with nasty fits, we got to get the Heatwave, man. We got to get the Heatwave. All right. So 6-match card, typical Shawn Michaels / Triple H NXT era of cards. We got a grudge match. We got Jordan Grace versus Blake Monroe. We got Hank and Tank versus 2 members of Dark State. They can basically pick one like it is Freebirds. For the NXT Tag Team titles, we got a triple threat match for the TNA Knockouts title between JC Jane, Master Slamovich, and Ash by Elegance, aka Dana Brooke. We have a triple threat match to determine the #1 contender for the NXT Women's Championship in Jada Parker, Kalani Jordan, and Lola Vice. We have a mixed tag match with the Team Canada, Chelsea Green and Ethan Page, versus Tyra May Steele and Tavion Heights, and I believe their first PLE. Individually, it's their first PLE. I think so. And then, the aforementioned Obafemi and Javon Evans. Like, out of that card, man, like, which match are you most likely looking forward to besides the main event?
You really have to ask that. You really have to ask that question.
Yeah.
#1 contender for the women's title.
I also realized that was going to be my secondary pick. I should have been a little bit more stringent.
No, that was my first pick.
Yeah. Because again, we've seen Oba versus
Yeah, I seen that already. Yeah, that was my first pick.
Yeah. Actually, to go beyond that and kind of go a little bit in a curveball, I'll throw you Jordan Grace and Blake Monroe.
I can see that one.
Because I know what Blake Monroe / Mariah May can do in a grudge match. And now that you have all the body shaming shit like thrown to the side, and it's basically like, yo, I don't like you, and I'm gonna beat your ass up.
Yeah.
Here for it.
I honestly also I want to see Hank and Tank lose to my man Southeast Jerome. So yeah.
As long as Cutler James don't talk, I'm cool.
Yeah.
Again, I told you he be talking like he in too deep.
Listen, just put Southeast Jerome in there, and Cutler need to go do what the fuck he want to do. And
give me Deion Lennox or or Cyrus Griffin and Southeast Jerome. We good, but
yeah, that's his new name. We focus Southeast Jerome.
Yeah. All right. So now let's go through this real quick, fast, man. Jordan Grace versus Blake Monroe. Who you got?
It only makes sense for Blake Monroe to win.
Yeah, I'm in alignment there. We are going to say it's going to be Dark State via numbers game winning tag titles.
Yep, Southeast Jerome.
All right, Southeast Jerome. All right, is JC Jane going to continue her run as TNA Knockouts champion? Or is this when TNA finally start getting some gold back?
No, she's going to keep that bitch again.
All righty then. Okay. We've said it for about 6 months and a half now, ever since we started this. So we will say this again. Jada Parker is the uncrowned NXT Women's Champion. I believe she's going to win this match, win this triple threat, and it's going to be her versus JC Jane at the next NXT PLE. However, because they've been giving Lola Vice all this love outside of WWE and her work with AAA, I can kind of see her winning this. So therefore, my final pick is going to be Lola Vice. You slow blinking. No.
Ask the question I want you to ask me, please, if you will.
All right. Who does Jada Parker pin to become #1 contender for the NXT Women's Champion?
Thank you. As much as I love Kalani Jordan, it's going to be Kalani.
Okay. This mixed tag match: Tyra May Steele and Tavion Heights versus Chelsea Green and Easter Page. We Team USA or we Team Canada?
Tavion and Tyra.
Yeah, I'm thinking that only because the logic of, hey, y'all just team together. And yes, I am aware that Chelsea Green's on the main roster, but you're gonna have to build up Tyra May Steele somehow if you want to have her win LLG, and he's got to turn to something. He's got to turn to something. And finally, Obafemi Darula, who is building a case to be one of the top 3 NXT champions of all time, versus our boy Javon Evans.
This is a rough one because Sean runs a different ship than Trips did.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go out on a whim because it's well deserved if he wins it, and go with Javon Evans. And I just feel like, because we've seen this shit already.
Yeah.
I don't know how. Part of me says it's not going to be clean. And what I mean by that is Javon's going to win the title, but it's going to be because of some type of interference. I have a feeling. And I'm okay with that. It's pretty much time for Oba to take a step back and and get into a storyline where he can prove that he doesn't need the title to flourish. Because since he's came in, he's had the North American title. He transitioned from the North American title to the NXT title. Mm-hmm. And let's see what you can do without a title. Let's run it back. Let's run it back to before. When did he win the North American title? What was that? 2024?
Yeah, about 2024.
Yeah, let's see what you look like without the title. Let's give Javon a chance and see if he can be the face of that company. And then with the partnership with NXT and AAA, let's see if you can be that champion to represent NXT and show the world what you can do.
So here's the funny
you can get without hurting yourself.
There's also that. Here's the funny part. It didn't dawn on me until you made that the breakdown of Obafemi. Would you say he's Nigerian Gunther?
Yeah.
Think about it. Their entire careers, for the most part, has been revolved around holding a title, whether secondary or primary.
Yeah.
Except I think that, unlike Gunther, the ruler understands his hubris. He knows that it's going to take some shit to either knock him off balance or for him to finally be like, yeah, I think somebody got me. Because again, in the last year, the only person who's beaten was what, Tony D'Angelo?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow, when you think about it, boss. It's wild when
you ain't gotta be. We gotta show it. Be the days of the monsters or the dominators or the people that can't lose. It's kind of over a little bit. Like, let's be clear on this. I love Oba, but in wrestling you have to be versatile. People get injured. You have to adjust. You have to adapt. Storylines might not be made for you. They may be made for you. It's all about creating moments and, getting the fans locked in with you. But what does that look like for him? You've had titles. You win the NXT North American title. You lose to Tony D'Angelo. You immediately in the title scene for, NXT. And you win the title, and you have had put on some pretty good matches. Like, not pretty good to be sarcastic, but some good matches. Now you're at the part in your career where now WWE, the main roster, needs to see your versatility and what you can do without having a title, because it ain't too many NXT stars that went up to the main roster and just won a title like that. I mean, off the top of my head, Kevin Owens walked in the door and won the title. Maybe you can chime in because I can't remember shit.
Kevin Owens. It took Finn Balor maybe a couple months after he got called up to become the first Universal Champion.
Yeah. Shit, even with Ambrose and Reigns, they won the tag titles. I mean, Ambrose won the U.S. title, and then Reigns and Rollins won the tag team titles.
Yeah, same thing. You got to be for even the last few NXT champions like Shinsuke Nakamura, Bobby Roode, Drew McIntyre. It took a second. It took a second.
So I mean, even Asuka took a second.
And that was literally we were building her up to once more do this exact same thing she did in NXT.
Yeah, and on the women's side, Charlotte came in that bitch and tore it up immediately. They gave her the title. So I say
it made a whole new title for Charlotte.
That's what I'm saying. So I say all that to say it's a situation where I would love to see if he can just, do a storyline. See if you got some personality. See if you can be on Raw or SmackDown every week and convince these people, because a lot of people don't watch NXT. I mean, we know that. And then when these people show up, where me and you are like, oh shit, they moved them up to the main roster, blah, 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 whoop, whoop. But you look at the crowd and the response is like, Hoppo, who this woman? That's what it is. So I think he needs to lose. And it don't have to be a big PLE for him to do it.
That's true. That is true. By the way, if you hear a bunch of buzzing on this side, is that the Astros are actually doing some shit with the bats for the first time in 2 weeks. Because I've witnessed them boys lose 14-1. I've witnessed them boys lose 12-0. I've witnessed them boys lose 10-0.
I lost my ace, so.
Yeah, to a blood clot, and then you got Harper and Schwarber just knocking the shit out the ball. So,
I mean, Sanchez has been consistent.
Oh no, look. The point is the Phillies' arms. I appreciate y'all, by the way. The Phillies did exactly what they needed to do versus the Mariners. We appreciate y'all because every time we got our ass whooped by the Tigers, Mariners couldn't do shit because who was beating their ass? The Phillies. So
I just need to get through. I just need to get through. We got the Brewers coming up, a series with that, and we got 2 series with the Mets, and we got the Dodgers.
Yeah.
Listen, ain't nothing like a red October in Philly while the Eagles are playing.
Yeah. Let's just. All I ask for the Phillies is if it's y'all and the Brewers on the 7-gamer in the NLCS. Ooh-wee.
I don't think the Brewers are real.
I would say that, but I don't know. But the funny thing is, and I love when you do this because this means I can do easy transitions. Like you set up my segue so easily, and I appreciate you.
I know. Man. Listen, I'm a natural point guard. That was my position.
Yeah. Point guard. So you set me up talking about people ain't real, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So we got AEW Forbidden Door coming up. It's a pay-per-view from jolly old London town for your blokes, your beans and toast wrestling fans, if you will, who aren't getting it, who didn't get all in this year like they did the previous 2 years, but hey, they're getting this. And it's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy card if I think about it. Shockingly enough, guess what, sir? It's only 9 matches so far. 9 matches, which means we may actually get.
Yeah, we got how many weeks until? When is the date of it? This weekend? Next weekend?
It is August 24th.
Yeah, that's this weekend.
Somehow.
Yeah, they got to save up for all out, all around, all in, whatever it's called nowadays.
Jump in, jump out, introduce yourself.
Yeah, that's it.
I'm screaming laughing because I really just thought about what we just did there.
Yeah, I know.
But all right, point is, man, all I want to say Forbidden Door, which is typically in early June, is not in early June this year. They had it in August, which now means when we have All Out next month in Toronto, if I do recall, that's where it's at. And that's probably when we'll be doing Edge and Christian versus FTR. That's when WrestlePalooza is too. So if you want to talk about, If you want to talk about inviting competition, Tony Khan, hey man, that ain't the people.
That's some shade. That's some shady shit. You just pop out and say, you know what? I'm just gonna have. You know what? Watch this. My man, Nick Khan went to Tony Khan and said, "Watch this, little brother. It's about to happen.
Yeah,
I'm about to do a pay-per-view in the same city that you finna be in, and guess what? Motherfuckers got paid $59.99 to watch your shit. But as of August 24th, I believe. It was 24th, 21st. Today or for ESPN.
The thing was today.
Okay, so it's today. I know it's 20-something. As of August 21st, you can pay $29.99 and you can get wrestling and you get college football. What you about to do, big dog? What you finna do? He little bro. He literally little bro him. And then announced, he said, you know what? Nick Khan said, you know what? Fuck this. I'm about to just put a pay-per-view on. Somebody, like, just think of some shit. We're going to put a whole bunch of names in a hat. Stir it up real quick. Shine it up real nice. Take it out and read it. Palooza. There you go. That's it. You know, he said, you know what? You know why? Because I got my hand in AAA. I got my hand in TNA.
Mm-hmm.
I got NXT in my back pocket. And the main roster is my big bullet. So what you finna do? And I'm about to shit on your main show.
It's definitely Big Bang, say Little Bang.
Yeah, that's what it was. He Kendrick and TK right now.
Yeah. I just hope that 2K don't go the drink route.
We talked about this last weekend. We're not doing that.
We did. And guess what? I leave it be. I left it be. But Forbidden Door is not one of them leave it be type situations because there are 9 matches on this card. Like we said, we have a lights out steel cage match, which is going to be dark. Yeah, apparently, because it's 10 people in a steel cage match. It's 5-on-5. No, not even 5-on. Yeah, it's 5-on-5.
It's 5.
It's 5.
So the lights gonna be off.
Somebody gotta see that bitch.
So why is it called lights out? They gonna knock each other out?
The stipulation of a lights out steel cage match is I don't even know. I think I've seen a lights out steel cage match, but I'm intrigued by the concept. Again, some gimmick matches don't make sense, right? Like a Cold Waters match, for example.
Remember the exploding match with Kenny Omega and boy.
Let us the quicker we forget about that, the better. Because they actually put that in the video game too.
Yeah, that was the worst wrestling video game ever.
That was bad. Anyway, the Golden Lovers, Kenny Omega and Kota Ibushi, Darby Allin, Hiroshi Tanahashi in his final UK match, and Will Ospreay in a homecoming match for him versus the Death Riders tandem of Jon Moxley and Claudio Castagnoli, the Young Bucks, Matt and Nick Jackson, and Gabe Kidd, who apparently just shows up when he feels like it. That's one. Because the AEW Tag Team Tournament Eliminator ended in a draw, we have match between the Hurt Syndicate, Brody King and Bandito, and FTR. We have a singles match for the Unified Championship with Kazuchika Okada and Boy. Mm-hmm. We have a singles match for the AEW Women's title between Timeless Toni Storm and Athena. We have a 4-way match for the AEW TBS Championship with Mercedes Moné, who at this particular recording might have 15 belts by the time she pulls up. Alex Windsor, Persephone, and Bozilla. I'm like, these are like random, like outside of Alex Windsor, this feels like a bunch of names you just throw at me. Like I'm like, okay, I guess that's the wrestler.
Bozilla is crazy.
Yeah, Bozilla. She's German, actually. She's a swole German. It's like Megan Bain, but German.
Bozilla.
Yep, Bozilla. We got Kyle Fletcher versus Hiromu Takahashi for the TNT title. We got Zack Sabre Jr. versus Nigel McGuinness.
That's the one. That's the motherfucking one right there.
IWGP World Heavyweight Championship. That's the one. That is definitely.
Let me tell people my wrestling fandom. I love submissions. I love people that can put motherfuckers in submission. Zack Sabre Jr. is one of my favorite wrestlers. And the fact you're going up against Nigel McGuinness. Nigel McGuinness is probably top 5 modern era greatest grapplers, wrestling submission technicians of all time. That's gonna be the one.
Absolutely. We got Edge and Christian versus Kip Sabian and Killswitch, aka the old Jurassic Luchasaurus.
Oh, you talking about the Brood? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it's the Brood versus Luchasaurus?
The Brood versus Luchasaurus and Chris Sabin, yes. And Kip Sabian. I'm sorry. I think.
Chris Sabin. Oh, okay.
No, I was like, dang, Chris Sabin ain't jump over like that. Kip Sabian.
Oh, okay. Somebody Homo sapien. Someone.
Yeah. And finally, we got Hangman Adam Page versus MJF for the AEW World Championship. And what the stipulation is, if Hangman is counted out and disqualified, he loses the title. So, a lot of thought going on in here, man. A lot of thought here. Where do you want to begin? Because we've already said that Zack Sabre Jr. versus Nigel McGuinness is going to be one of them ones. Like that's for shit show. It's going to be one of them ones.
Yeah, Zack Sabre is winning that one. That's easy.
Okay, cool.
We hurt people. Let's see.
Hold on. I'm gonna let you ice up for this for a second, D. I'm gonna let you ice up.
Okay. We hurt people. Let me see. Tony Storm gonna beat Athena. Let me see what else. Edge and Christian gonna lose, and I'm calling him Edge and Christian. Let's see who else. Who else did he say? Oh yeah. Hiromu and old boy gonna win. Even though I like Hiromu. It's no way in hell that they gonna let old buddy beat Crash Out, Cash Out. What's his name? Moneybag Yo.
I know what you're talking about. Moneybag Yo. Lord.
Nah, they done put too much money into Rainmaker, so he's not losing that turn yet. I wouldn't be surprised if old buddy beat him, but they're not doing that. As far as the lights, camera, action match,
Mr. Cheeks involved?
Yeah, he announced it. I feel like the Death Rider's not winning.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, you got the Golden Lovers back together.
You did.
And Kenny took an L at the last pay-per-view. So
he did. Yeah. He did.
As much as I want to see Bandito, and I love Brody King. I am a big Brody King fan. We hurt people. You got to save at some point. The match is going to end up being FTR and the Hurt Business. That's who's going to take the titles off of Hurt Business. It's going to be FTR.
All right.
Because you got to free both of them up. Because now, at some point, I feel like MVP said this to MJF. He said, if you win this match, then Bobby Lashley's coming after you, and he gonna hurt you on purpose. So that doesn't tell me that MJF is winning this match against Hangman. That doesn't say that. I just think somewhere down the line, MJF gets his title back, and that's what Lashley go do his thing. If that's the thing where the Hurt Business, splits up as a tag team, where does Sheldon go? Like, I want to see Sheldon and old buddy.
So, I want to see Sheldon and old buddy. I mainly want to see the next person to challenge The next person to challenge Hangman Page needs to be Bobby Lashley. I'm sorry. You can't tell me.
No, I'm okay with that.
You can't tell me that you bring in Bobby Lashley just for him to be in a tag team. Like,
no, that doesn't make sense.
The same shit he was in WWE for.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense, and that's why I said MVP made that comment. Like, that's stuck in my brain. Like, okay, at some point, Lashley's gonna want that world title because that's the type of top player that he is. Mm-hmm. It doesn't make sense for you to have him there if somebody who collegiate wrestler, WWE champion, MMA, and you bring him there just to win the tag team title, that don't make no motherfucking sense at all. Nah. It makes no sense. So I think Hangman still wins. I think it still wins. Going back to what we talked about a couple of weeks ago, how AEW was kind of cooking a little bit, especially around what was it? Was it all which one? All in? I can't remember.
It was all in. It was all in.
Yeah, all in. Like, they're starting to slow down a little bit too. And now Big Bro is starting to cook a little bit, and you're seeing the difference in the quality of storytelling and matches. Like, no, don't get me wrong, AEW matches are fire, but it's like that the storylines don't make no sense. They don't. I don't. I was locked in for All In, but this right here, I'm just like, I'm just watching the wrestling.
Yeah, and again, that's what makes AEW a good alternative. Like, you can be like, oh, that person wrestling? All right, I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, honestly, think about when WCW was the thing. Like, people were WWE had their, they had their shit, Undertaker, Diesel, Razor Ramon, and stuff like that. But then, fast forward, WCW had they had the luchadors, like the cruiserweights, the real wrestling. So I think it's the same thing.
Yeah, and I'm glad you brought up WCW because I was having this conversation with a good friend of mine who I met out here in CT, and basically we was just running it because he's, again, one of them situations like he asked me like, "Yo, you got a podcast, mate? Like, what you do?" Like, well, I got a wrestling podcast, and so we literally started running back and forth naming cast from WCW, NWA, like circa 1988 to 89, right? Mm-hmm. And basically, it got me to thinking before we get to haters / hero of the week. It was like, what wrestler from the NWA / WCW, so we can talk about maybe from even the 70s, 80s, you know what I'm saying, when you first like became aware of the NWA to like the early 90s when they flipped over and became WCW. Who was the person you think people slept on and he definitely needs, or he or she need more recognition by your general consensus wrestler fan?
Brian Pillman. That's easy.
Okay.
I was a Flying Brian fan. I got a couple. I actually got a couple of them. Brian Pillman was one. We can go, and although he's a Hall of Famer, but people didn't appreciate him that much. But one of the greatest heels of all time, the Enforcer, Arn Anderson. Now I go back like 80s NWA, WCW. I can go. Let me think. I used to love the Midnight Express. Beautiful Bobby. I think my favorite, and I'm gonna go with somebody that I think he's the Black Paul Heyman and Teddy Long.
Shout out to Teddy Long, by the way. He did a fire intro for our homies over at the First Black Champ podcast.
Yeah, if you pay attention to Teddy Long's history, people just used to him that shit right there, or a tag team match with the Undertaker. That man was a referee. That man used to pull up with Butch Reed and Ron Simmons with Doom without the mask, with the do-rag on. That's the first brother to wear a do-rag to the ring. I love me some brand new WCW and NWA when you go 605 on TBS on Saturdays. My dad will cook on the grill and I'll be sitting right there watching wrestling. Everybody talks about Ric Flair, everybody talk about Sting, everybody talk about Lex Luger. Nah. Give me Flying Brian any damn day. Any day. Who'd you pick?
My pick, it fluctuated because I wanted to say Barry Windham. Because Barry Windham, he is a Hall of Famer as a member of the U.S. Express. And is the namesake for one William Rotunda. Wyndham Rotunda, I should say.
Wyndham Rotunda.
Yeah, Wyndham Rotunda. I was thinking of another William, but that's neither here nor there.
His dad, but his tag team partner, Captain Mike Rotunda.
Yeah.
And WCW. Yeah.
So I was gonna go Barry Windham at first because I remember when they tried to hand Barry the ball, and instead they went with Lex Luger at the Great American Bash in 1991.
Right.
It didn't necessarily turn out all that great for Lex because Lex hardly defended the title and is arguably one of the more forgettable World Heavyweight title reigns. So Sting got that belt back, and it turned into Sting versus Vader, which was a look. If you ever want to watch a little man versus big man feud in the 90s, go watch Sting versus Big Van Vader. Go watch
Capsule. Yeah.
Go watch that white
Vader. Vader beat his ass.
Beat the dog shit.
He beat his ass.
So that was one. I think Magnum TA isn't slept on. Magnum TA is a great what if.
Yeah.
And
that's why I didn't. That's why I didn't mention him because he's a what if.
Yeah. Hell, I even brought up Dana Spivey earlier talking about the skyscrapers.
Hey, the skyscraper, Sid Vicious, Mean Mark, Teddy Long again.
That's Teddy Long. Again. So I think the person people slept on really because the more famous half of Doom made history in Baltimore.
Are you talking about
Butch Reed, man? Butch Reed, man.
I know you're talking about Ron Simmons. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Hacksaw Butch Reed, yeah.
Hacksaw Butch Reed. I think a lot of people remember his Golden Lord days when he was in WWF at the time.
Yeah, but they didn't know about Butch Reed, like Doom Butch Reed.
Hacksaw when he was Doom versus the Steiners. Look, Doom versus the Steiner brothers. Yeah. Real graps, ladies and gentlemen. Real graps. So those are my two picks. I say Barry Windham because he was a plug and play glue guy, you know what I'm saying? That could get the job done, face or heel. Horseman member, by the way. And Butch Reed, Hacksaw Butch Reed.
I got one last one.
What's up?
Before the Dungeon of Doom, Kevin Sullivan.
Taskmaster, straight up Kevin Sullivan. Yes. Yep. Yes. Absolutely.
Now you got me showing my age, bro.
Little bit. But you know what? Here's a spinoff for you. Did you appreciate Rick Rude in WWF? Did you appreciate Rick Rude in WCW? More.
So I appreciated both. And hear me out. Because Rick Rude in WWF was entertaining, but also he could go. Yeah. But did WCW Rick Rude, Dangerous Alliance Rick Rude, Haircut Rick Rude, that man came in that bitch jacked and was fucking everybody up. You couldn't tell him shit. Now you got me thinking now you rejogging my brain. Like, you remember when Ricky Steamboat went to WCW?
I literally was thinking Ricky Steamboat.
Yeah.
Same way.
Yeah. Shit, I can go the living legend, Larry Sabisco.
Okay, so WWE uploaded the original Showdown of Shea, 1980, right? Main event is Larry Sabisco versus Bruno Sammartino in the cage match. In the 80s, Larry Sabisco was a dog.
Yeah, he was. I think he messed up his arm or something like that, where like he couldn't do certain things no more.
Yeah. Paul Orndorff had a similar situation too.
Yeah, it was one other person I was thinking of, and I can't remember who the fuck. Oh, that's who it was. I had one wrestler who started out generational wrestler, and I'm talking about generational because of who his father was. He started in NWA, WCW, ended up in WWE. He had a good career in WWE. The family lineage is no pun intended, bloodline is very strong. I remember the natural Dustin Rhodes.
Okay. Dustin Rhodes, mind you, who was in a War Games match really goddamn early in his career too. Now we're damn near 35 years in with the natural.
Yep.
Yeah, that is definitely.
I see a lot of people don't know him in WCW. I mean, I'm sorry, AEW, like why he comes out to that natural, like theme music.
Yeah,
that was his name. He was the natural Dustin Rhodes.
Yeah, that he was. That he was, man. Oh my gosh.
But see, I think I'm gonna go back to my original answer, Brian Pillman. A lot of people don't realize that in New Japan, Brian Pillman was one of the first light heavyweight champions. He actually wrestled against Jushin Thunder Liger a couple of times. That was a thing, and he was one of the only ones that could go against Jushin Thunder Liger.
I was gonna bring that up.
Thank you to my dad for the little black box.
So here's the thing. Before Eddie and Ray at Halloween Havoc 97, there's a little thing called Super Brawl 2.
Super Brawl, yep.
Super Brawl 2 in 1992, February 1992.
I ain't gonna tell my age at that point.
Don't do it.
No.
But the WCW Light Heavyweight Championship match, title match, by the way, Jushin Thunder Liger versus Brian Pillman. Yeah. Also, somebody who is criminally underrated and was a dog during them days, the Great Muta.
Oh, like, Muta's a legend. Muta's a legend.
Great Muta's a legend, right? But I think more people need to understand, like, Muta versus Sting, and Muta's just in that same circle, like, yo, nah, this brother is cold, and he was different than what you saw him on TV.
Muta for me was one of those guys. You know how people come out with different gear or try to be very, very strategic in the gear that they wear. Muta's face paint for every match was so different, and he never had the same shit every time. Never had the same shit. Him and Sting put on classics. Put on classics. Like that NWA transition to WCW was a thing. And a lot of people look at, like you said, Sting, Luger, the Horseman. But who were the mid-card players?
Exactly.
Who were the mid-card players? Pay attention to that. If you got time, folks, go watch that shit, because it's a lot of your favorites that you know now or that are Hall of Famers, like, or you look at the WWE Hall of Fame for the past probably 10 years, involve those folks. I'm going to tell you another person, probably top 5, one of the greatest WWE wrestlers of all time. And at that time, he went by Stunning Steve Austin.
Get out my head, yo.
I love the stun gun, because you got to remember his tag team partner when they finally went to WCW was Flying Brian Pillman. And I remember, yep, the Hollywood Blondes. So I say all this to say, you don't know where you came. You don't know where you're going unless you know where you came from. Yeah. People think, oh, Stone Cold, No, go back to Dangerous Alliance, Stunning Steve Austin, when he had Woman on his own. Was it Woman or Missy Hyde? I think it was Missy Hyde.
It was Missy on his own. Missy was on his own. Missy was tied with Paul Heyman. Well, Woman with Kevin Sullivan, and then
thank you, because that was his wife at that time.
Yeah.
And also, Woman was with Doom too.
She was with Doom. What woman part when she went for Horseman? When she went to Rick?
She was with that's when she got with Chris.
All right. Okay.
That's when she got with Chris. She left Kevin Sullivan for Chris.
You saw that year-long feud started and went, and
that was some real shit.
Yeah, that
was you feel shit.
Yeah, that was some real shit. And then, sometimes it's good to go down memory lane, man. Sometimes it's good to give proper greatness and proper accolades towards the NWA and WCW. And also with this news of WWE being on ESPN, it harkens back to a day. Harken, SAT word.
SAT word.
So in my household, I usually try and watch whatever wrestling I could if I knew it wasn't on, in prime time. And I remember ESPN Classic used to show old AWA episodes.
Okay. Yeah, I remember that. Okay.
Yeah, that's Vern Gagne joint, right? That's Vern Gagne joint.
Okay. Nick Bockwinkel.
I will not be able to tell you how many times I've seen Nick Bockwinkel versus Manny Fernandez for that damn AWA title.
That shit was every fucking week. I mean, Manny ain't win that bitch yet.
Thank you. I was like, damn, Nick Bockwinkel on a generational run.
Absolutely. That's when you had options of wrestling. That's when you had true options. So, like, I'm in DC at the time. So, Channel 50. So, everybody knew WWF. WWF came on Saturday mornings at 11 o'clock. Right in the middle. Like, they had WWE Superstars or WWF Superstars. Yeah. And then they had Tuesday Night Titans where they did the interviews and shit. But the alternative was 605 on TBS, the Superstation, NWA, WCW. But in DC, we had which is now the CW. I forgot what it was called back then, but it was Channel 50. We had the AWA, and we had that was on some Fridays. Then it switched to, drum roll please. I got one for you. Glow.
Yep.
Glow, gorgeous ladies of wrestling. And then we had the DC. Then we had a DC local television, and that's when we had Smoky Mountain Wrestling, where I got introduced to the gangsters, New Jack and Mustafa.
Yeah. Shout out to Jim Cornette.
Yes, that motherfucker let them. I'm gonna say them niggas say anything. Yeah, you had different options. You had different options back then. And then it got to a point where, when WCW got big and it was no longer a thing, ECW's, leaving out. WCW's going back up WWE was the only thing. And to be honest with you, I kind of missed those different options, to be very, very fair. At the end of the day, I know it's a business right now, but I'm enjoying what it is right now because we still have options. It's not, and the internet now allows you to introduce yourselves or get introduced to other stars. Like, we would never have known about Ashe if it wasn't for social media.
Facts.
You know what I mean? We would never be introduced to new stars. Somebody that's on my timeline, somebody brand Nikki Blackheart.
Yes.
Maya World. I would have never got to introduce to my current favorite wrestler in professional wrestling. Number 4, the Ashe men's heavyweight champion, Mr. You know what? I ain't gonna say Mr. I'm just gonna say Darius because he's that Darius.
Yeah. Real quick, shout out to that. When I say shout out to the AWA, I mean shout out to the first place where you found Scott Hall, the first place where you found Rick Martel. You know what I'm saying?
The model.
Again, you can look up some of them shows on YouTube. There's even a match with the late Hulk Hogan and Nick Bockwinkel in 1983, a year before he made the jump back to WWF and started what we know. But you know what? I'm pretty sure that man is trying to figure out which way the heat is going, brother. And sometimes Ice-T got to help explain it. You know what I'm saying?
Because the heat is going, brother, is insane.
It's like, which way the heat going, brother? It's neither here nor there. But you know what? Ice-T got to show up and do. Ice-T got to let you know how to be. Hey. It is time for hater or hero of the week. This week we got a little spin on things because, hey man, a lot of shit's happening in the world, in the real world, outside of pro wrestling and outside of little sports talk me and D do. So D, take it away. Who is your hater or hero of the week?
I I got hater of the week. I don't like to go too. I have my feelings about politics, and I don't like to do it on the show too much. But I have to stand up for. I am born and raised Washington D.C. And the shit that's going on in my city right now is really, really fucking with me. I mean, you know, I try to stay off of social media, and you know, because I just think sometimes social media, or I'm just too busy doing other things. I personally am watching everything that's going on in my city with certain police getting taken over by certain people, and it's actually starting to bother me, and the threats of other cities possibly getting taken over. That's not what this country was built on. I'm praying and hoping that this doesn't fall to where you're at, Houston, or to any other city, that doesn't necessarily agree with what the agenda of certain people are right now. The Atlantas, or the Phillies, or just anywhere in general that just doesn't agree. So that's my hater of the week. Now I say my hero of the week is someone in your home state, Nicole Collier.
Look, dog. All right. So for those who don't know, I'll help fill D in. So the Texas House has been a shit show for the last month or some change, thanks to this wildly irresponsible gerrymandering bill that House Republicans have tried to force through to fit, a certain, figurehead, not in Austin, but in Washington, D.C., his particular plans, right? Mm-hmm. It was going to pass eventually because there's way too many Repubs on both sides of the chamber to make that happen. So
right,
effectively, Dems were like, fuck this shit, I'm out, and left. And basically, you had people trying to sue, people trying to throw them in jail. I'm like, they didn't do anything illegal. It is within the Texas Constitution that you can do that. And so they did. And so basically, the Texas Republican reps in the House basically drew it up to where if you are a Dem, you need to have a permission slip signed to leave the chamber.
Yeah.
So some representatives of the Democratic side of the party, the aisle, I would say, took their quote unquote bodyguards, their hall monitors, if you will, because that's really what they are.
Yeah.
Now I'm taking you to a gay bar. I'm about to mess up your entire program situation.
I would have took them to wrestling.
Look, because
I would have went to reality of wrestling. What we gonna do?
Look, I'm gonna make you real uncomfortable, real fast. Nikki Collier was like, I'm not going nowhere. And basically, the Republican House reps locked her in the Congress. So
bonnet and all.
So she was like, I bet. I guess, bro, I'm sleeping here. So she got her bonnet, sat at her desk, went to sleep, captured it all for national news, and guess what? Nikki Collier is now a national name. So I won't even say my hater of the week, but I'm just going to agree with you here in that. Did they think this was going to accomplish more outside of making Dems actually visibly like, oh, y'all fighting for a change? I mean, mind you, this is a map that they drew up first.
Yeah.
And now they want to change it back and change it again so that every...
Y'all know what the White House is.
I saw the breakdown. The breakdown was super annoying in that for every 1/3 of Hispanic vote, every 1/3 of Hispanic person equals one vote, right? For Black person, it's 1/5 of a Black vote. Like, it's that bad, right? In terms of how it's all broken down. It's crazy. But yeah, that's a sign to follow local politics. So, oh boy, I've been trying to contemplate this for some days. And I've been trying to just like figure out if it's a hater or a hero. And ultimately, I'm just gonna do like this, man. So my hero of the week. Hero of the week, man. It's Mouse of the Clips.
Oh my God.
It's Mouse of the Clips because, again, at 53 years old, this man is having a year. And I do mean a year for rap. And look, I know that me and D are supposed to be recording on September 2nd because, you know, hello, housekeeping. You know what I'm saying? We have we're recording a little early next week because I have to do some farewells to the East part of my other 2DopeMarks campaign, and then we might do it again because I got some more moving things to take care of the following week.
Mm-hmm.
But that second time, the Clips are in Houston. Might have to end that pot a little early to go see the Clips.
Wow.
I ain't gonna hold you, dog.
Wow.
Might. Is it? Let's say if I throw up the emergency, and you magically see a brick appear at your front door.
Wow.
With a Pyrex there nearby, you gotta understand. I gotta understand. You gotta understand.
That's fair.
You gotta understand. I mean, it might happen. It might not. I might die for this pod shit. I might just be like, nah, dog, I ain't got no social life. I just pod every week for these Golden Grill shit. And I'm something, but no, that my hero of the week is Malice, man. Because that Let God Sort Him Out is just that's just so just mwah. In the verse on the JID album, just mwah, Trey Magnifique. Yeah. My hater of the week though is all these grown ass men. D, have you seen these 37 and up football leagues?
Bro, let me tell you, mind you, I get to work at 6 o'clock in the morning, right?
Yeah.
And so, you know, I get there still trying to wake up. You know, I sip my Starbucks or whatever, sip my coffee, whatever. And, you know, I get on my phone while my computer load up, take my time on my job. Scrolling. I didn't see 37 and up. They have a 40 and up now.
Mm-hmm.
And then I seen the 60-year-old motherfucker that went in the bitch. And you know how I got.
I know exactly what
I had
saying,
surgery.
Yes.
This motherfucker decided. Can I steal the spot for a little bit because I need some. This hit home.
By all means, go for it.
40 and under. Football. Motherfucker, you 60 years old. You should be ready to retire. You go out there. Unc went out there, had his name on the back of the jersey. Thought he was styling and profiling. Motherfucker thought it was 1992 Dallas Cowboy, Emmitt Smith, the triplets, that type shit. Fuck around, go out there and tear his ACL. I hope your wife cussed you the fuck out. I hope she did. I hope your grandkids cussed you out. You had no fucking business out there. And I'm like, I tore my ACL at what, 30 something?
Mm-hmm.
That shit was hell. That shit hurt. The rehabilitation was even more painful. And you did that shit at 60? Who the fuck told these people to relive their who the fuck told them to go out there and do that shit? And who didn't I blame their family members for not not stopping them.
When I noticed that there was a wife and girlfriend's side to this, I was like, the love of the game got to stop at some point. You got to let it go.
No, I love to watch it.
You got to let it go, dog.
I love to watch it.
My thing is
this is a wrestling podcast. I love wrestling, but I won't do it.
Dog. I just want you to just mentally have the thought process of how are you 39 years old in one of these leagues and you got to explain to your boss Monday why you got a randomly cracked rib and your eye a little bit black. Are you telling him
don't be a lawyer or a doctor. Don't be a surgeon. You show up in court, you got an important case, you a partner. You show up in that bitch with a motherfucking arm and a sling, Your Honor.
Nah, I got one for you.
Or you severely concussed, Your Honor.
Imagine if you work in insurance at an insurance company and somebody puts you on one of these leagues. How fast you think you get a promotion? At some point, we gotta figure this out, man. Like we gotta let the game
go. No. It's and more as Uncle Phil. We ain't got to figure out shit. That's their shit.
Like
we pay for the Sunday ticket. That's what we gonna watch. We got the ESPN app where we can go to watch college football. I coach football. I'll go watch my kids play football.
So all right. So remember the old timers game in football they used to have it at the Pro Bowl?
Yes.
You don't want to know they stopped, right?
It's the same reason.
Get legit hurt.
Who was that? What baseball player that had the Mariano Rivera?
Thank you. Mariano Rivera is a classic example of this.
Yes. 2 weeks ago, they had the old time. The Yankees had the old timers game. And what did he tell? He tore his Achilles or something?
Yep. Popped his Achilles.
Bruh, the fuck? You should have been sitting your ass down eating a pork chop or something.
Tore his Achilles going to first base.
The only thing I'm tearing is a piece of paper.
Oh, the fact of the matter is, I can imagine me trying to live out some football dreams because I saw the U Part 2 and I got a little bit like that burning desire to hit a motherfucking game in my spirit, right? No,
let me tell you, sometimes I get out of bed and I get up and my back is kicking my ass. That's my sign right there. Sit your ass down. I'm not doing it. When you stand up out of your desk chair and you hit pop, 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 that's a sign. Sit your ass down. I love the game of football. I do. But I love quality of life more. Like, and these motherfuckers is literally, I watched some of the highlights. They're literally the ones that are tackling. They're really, really trying to kill motherfuckers. Like they literally trying like end some people's career. Not the 37U, 40U career. They Monday through Friday career.
I am 37 years old.
I'm not doing that.
I have not put on pads since my freshman year of high school when I literally said, like, nah, the game ain't for me.
Man, I'm glad you realized that.
I have seen videos of somebody my height that probably works at UPS get hit like he was over the middle. Remember the Michael Irvin car crash he used to go through in the 90s?
And guess what? Them packages ain't getting delivered.
Boy, I got a whole concussion. Had to be careful, man. No, dog.
No, I'm good.
No,
I'm good.
Get a kickball league or something. At least nobody gonna laugh at you. You in a kickball league,
bro. I'm good. I'm cool. I'm cool on them folks. They need to figure that shit out. Like it's giving Al Bundy. I scored 4 touchdowns in one game.
Dog, it's one dude out there who he had a wife and girlfriend. He looked like Big X the Plug. Now, mind you, he was actually an offensive lineman. He was bullying people around. And I'm like, why are we holding on to this dream? Why are we playing semi-pro? We almost 43, dog. Like,
better play Madden.
Dog, play Madden. Your pension about to come up in a few years, bro. You sure? You sure you want to do this? Even Jerry Rice knew when to let it go, dog. I ain't talking about the Braves. I'm talking about the game itself.
Didn't get a chicken up either, but I'm on my business.
Oh, man. But since sometimes not minding business is how we get to where we are, man. That's tonight's episode of 2DopeMarks, man. We appreciate you tuning in. We appreciate people coming out, man. Housekeeping. We will be back next Tuesday after NXT Heatwave, but we'll be on during NXT. Why? Because it is officially the last episode for me in this particular dwelling. D kept alluding to Houston. next Friday, I'll be on a flight leaving Connecticut, going back to Houston. Now, I will be sharing details post after that, probably Friday, you know what I mean, on my social channels. But big things are happening. Big things are happening for the pod. Big things are happening for me. Big things are happening for D. I'm gonna say it's a season, change and transition, and we appreciate y'all joining us
for football season
and the ride. And it is football season. Like the crisp autumn leaves. I'm hearing NFL films in the back of my head right now.
Hoodie season.
It's hoodie season too. Again, you see that Supermarket World hoodie he got on, man. Again, if you're talking about the merch, bam. Support Gold Grill Wrestling, man. Support your boys. Support Black women's wrestling. We got t-shirt hollering out and shouting out Jade, Bianca, Mercedes, Jazz, Jacqueline. Also a shirt shout out Ron Simmons, Mark Henry, Kofi Kingston, Big E, The Rock. Well, he might be, might be the ops in some ways, like an infiltrator, if you will. You know what I'm saying? We got the classic Go Grill logo that you see on everything we got. You see literally 10 wrestling commandments, man. 10 wrestling show commandments, which is, again, first 2, don't be racist, don't be musty. Trust me, you don't need that at a show. Until they bring out that custom 2DopeMarks deodorant. Start there. We're gonna start with that shirt. Again, hoodies, crew necks. We are prepared for the seasons. Heck, we might end up getting coffee mugs and things like that. We got some things in the works coming through there, man. But yeah, that's tonight's episode of 2DopeMarks. Follow us at 2DopeMarks on all social platforms. Like us on Facebook. Like us on YouTube. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Drop a comment if you happen to catch the show late. You know what I mean? You can follow me on Instagram at Brando C. You can follow D at no.1.like.d on Instagram. I got that right. And yeah, that's it. That's it for church announcements, man. D, say something nice to the people.
Fly, Eagles, fly.
That's a good one. That's a real good one. I will follow that up with if your football team don't really have a quarterback situation and you happen to live somewhere in Midwest Ohio and you're entrusting Joe Flacco to lead you to 3.5 games this year.
Super Bowl MVP Joe Flacco, by the way.
Just put the boy in, man. I ain't talking about Dylan Gabriel. I ain't talking about journeyman Kenny Pickett. Just put the boy in. Just put the boy in, man. But
that should have been a hate. That team should have been a hate of the week.
We'll get to that when we do our little baby football preview episode. But yeah, man. Mm-hmm. I forgot. College football starts Saturday.
I know.
That is my good.
We got the thing of Ireland, like
Farmageddon, baby. It's Farmageddon, the Irish version.
Yeah.
And buddy, I cannot wait. And also, I cannot wait for August the 30th. August the 30th at noon. The season really starts. Texas, Ohio State.
The show don't start till 7:30 on Sunday, August 31st, bro. You get to see the real show.
Because I don't want to get kicked off my own show.
I will.
Because I know he will. I will merely say this. If you are a fan of the Miami Hurricanes, be proud of your team. I hope y'all win the ACC this year. Finally,
your sister gonna get you. Your sister, I'm cool with it. Your sister gonna get you.
I hope they finally win the ACC. The only reason why I say I hope they finally do because everybody's picking Clemson to win it. That's why I'm like hoping that it's gonna be Miami versus Clemson in an ACC title game. Real quick, since we're doing quick and dirty predictions, Texas is going back to the SEC championship game. I'm not sure if they're gonna win it. The University of Houston is winning 5 games. And I'm gonna feel so bad when I say this. I'm not gonna feel bad about this part. The next part I'm gonna feel bad about. DJ Lagway about to leave Florida to a New Year's Six bowl game. I believe in that boy. That boy cold. I believe in him.
Yeah, the coaching staff just asked.
Yeah. I mean, that schedule they had last year. They somehow made that work. But God, Texas is gonna win the national championship. Sign us out, D. Take us off the air, please. Not a